And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And in for the touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 71 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
It's about that time.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Second and 7, operating from the 34. Running is Swift. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Down.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. As he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. That's caught. Touchdown. John Ross, 26 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
The score, Mounties 16, Lions 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be second down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he will score. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Bass on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Mounties 23, Lions 7. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying...
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Watson rolling to his right. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Faking the give. Now Watson. Down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. Brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Elliott. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. After the run, Watson going to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Lions
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a carry for Swift. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up near the 44. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. Everything at flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
4-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now a pass hauled in downfield.
I'm going to show you that.
Stefan Diggs. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Landry. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the third time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
A third down pass.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The give is to Elliott. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
On the 9-yard line.
Now Elliott. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Loss of 2.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Here's Elliott, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. Here he lost the football. This will be scooped up by the defense. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Watson quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Mounties 47, Lions 7.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And now here's another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Swift. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Taken down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, here's Swift. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
First down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win.